John F. Kennedy was the 35th President of America, who was assassinated in Dallas, Texas. During his term in office, he forced the Russians to back down during the Cuban Missile Crisis, when the world was on the brink of nuclear war. John F. Kennedy was born on May 29, 1917, in Brookline, Massachusetts. He was raised by his wealthy and ambitious parents. His father, Joseph Kennedy, was a prominent Boston political figure in the Irish Catholic community and rose to become the United States ambassador to the United Kingdom. He worked tirelessly to see his son become the President of America. His eldest son, Joe Jr., was killed during World War II, and it was JFK who became president. Many tragedies befell the family, and JFK died an untimely death on November 22, 1963, in Dallas, Texas. The career of John F. Kennedy included the roles of politician and statesman. He received an excellent education and graduated from Harvard College. JFK became the 35th President of America in 1961 and served for 2 years until 1963. His parents were Rose Fitzgerald Kennedy and Joseph Patrick Kennedy. They had 9 children. Jack had an older brother, Joe, and 2 younger brothers, Bobby and Teddy. His 5 sisters were Rosemary, Kathleen, Eunice, Patricia, and Jean. John F. Kennedy married Jacqueline Lee Bouvier on September 12, 1953. They had 4 children, but only Caroline and John Jr. survived infancy. Their son, Patrick Bouvier Kennedy, died in August 1963, and they also had a stillborn daughter, Arabella Kennedy. John F. Kennedy had 3 brothers. Joseph Jr., who was a pilot, was killed on a bombing mission in Europe during World War II. Edward Teddy Kennedy successfully ran for a Senate seat in Massachusetts, and in 1980 unsuccessfully challenged President Jimmy Carter's renomination. Robert Kennedy was assassinated by Sirhan Sirhan. John F. Kennedy belonged to the Democrat political party and was the first Roman Catholic president. He was 43 years old when he was inaugurated as the 35th president. Lyndon B. Johnson stood as the vice president. JFK was the 4th president to be assassinated and the 8th to die in office. John F. Kennedy was an imposing figure, standing at 6 feet and a half inches in height, and weighed approximately 170 pounds. A strikingly handsome man, he had reddish-brown hair, blue eyes, and an engaging smile. JFK wore corrective shoes because his right leg was 3/4 of an inch longer than his left. John F. Kennedy had the honor of being awarded the Pulitzer Prize in 1957. During his presidency, he played a key role in major events of the era. John F. Kennedy was instrumental in the creation of the Peace Corps in 1961. In the same year, Alan Shepard became the first American in space. The Cold War continued during this time, and the Berlin Wall was built. In 1961, the incident known as the Bay of Pigs occurred that was an unsuccessful action by a CIA-trained force of Cuban exiles to invade southern Cuba. The problem in Cuba escalated in 1962, culminating in the Cuban Missile Crisis when JFK forced the Russians to back down when the world was on the brink of nuclear war. During his life, John F. Kennedy suffered from various health problems, including osteoporosis, Addison disease, and back problems. His chronic backache caused him to be in pain for much of his adult life. John F. Kennedy was assassinated and died on November 22, 1963, in Dallas, Texas. The assassin was believed to be Lee Harvey Oswald, who was killed 2 days later in the Dallas City Jail by Jack Ruby. Various conspiracy theories have been suggested, but none have been substantiated. So ends our short biography about the life and presidency of John F. Kennedy. He forced the Russians to back down during the Cuban Missile Crisis when the world was on the brink of nuclear war. The next U.S. president was Lyndon B. Johnson.